Also,
Share that map.
before I forget, fuck you, Craig.
Fuck you, Mr. Craig.
Hey now, Craig
You're
is
an
awesome.
all-star. Get your game
Gang
on.
hates Craig. Fuck you,
Fuck
Craig.
Craig.
Craig is the Harbin Wester of this table.
Okay, Harbin is awesome. Okay,
Fuck Harbin.
just saying.
Fuck.
What? He's gonna be your dad, dude. So
No.
just saying. Yes.
And I already said, not patriarchy. What's it called? I'm gonna kill him. That's it.
Patricide.
I'm gonna, yes,
Patricide.
yes, patricide. The glorious kill of patricide ever committed. And you know what? I'm gonna pass it off as a religious expenditure. It had to happen. God willed it to happen. That's it.
I mean,
No one
that,
will question it.
I mean, are you familiar with the Mendoza brothers?
Yes.
Okay. Not religious, but if that didn't win, I don't think Jesus stands a chance.
Didn't
It
they,
had to
didn't
happen.
didn't they have a thing just come out on Netflix or whatever?
It came out
About
like
the-
this last
Another
year. Yeah, they've got a lot, but the most recent one was like this last year. But
My friend was like near petitioning at college to like get them out. I'm like, no, they in fact did it. No matter what the
the reason behind
reasonings
it,
were.
yeah.
They wanted them dead and they wanted the money.
The money,
So
that's the biggest thing. Yeah, because I'm sorry, like, and not to say that it didn't happen. It's very, very possible, and I am inclined to believe there was at least some of what they claimed to happen happening.
oh, for sure, the dad was diddling a lot of little boys
Yeah.
in the music scene.
Yeah,
The fuck's
he
going
he
on?
was the Diddy before Diddy came to be. Um but
Before
yeah. But to do something so heinous and then act like nothing happened immediately after and then think you're untouchable because of the amount of money that you have basically stolen is just disgusting. You know. I they're where they need to be, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I only know of like the court tapes, like some of the stuff I heard like about the stuff. I didn't watch it, so I don't know like the full depth.
Yeah, there's a lot, and it's one of those things that I think it may have been a generational thing. Um, yeah, and it's deplorable at best.
And it was like, wasn't OJ like a few months or a year later?
Yeah, because that ended up taken away
Because
from
OJ
the
happened and
yeah, their
fuck
shit
them.
went to the back burner. They forgot about the Mendoza brothers and all of the hype around that. Um, which yeah, and I understand like the people like wanting to support them for what they had been through. But for me, regardless of the case, like I will always, my heart will always break for the children and the things that they had gone through when they were younger and growing up. But you're a grown ass adult and you made that decision and you knew it was fucking wrong. You knew it was fucking wrong. So I have no sympathy for you in that particular aspect of the situation. And like I said, they're where they need to be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you'd go to jail if you killed Harbin. The TLDR of that.
Excellent, excellent.
Temporarily, temporarily, they can't stop me.
A fucking masterpiece, Andy.
You're welcome.
Let me see.
I wanted stir
That's
juice.
exactly.
Good.
That is what I was quoting. In all seriousness,
That is amazing. Andy is the fucking like meme queen. I mean, I know you'd be a king, but you're the meme
No,
king.
no, you were right the first time.
Yes. Yes. That one that you posted, I think I gave you an inspiration for that. And actually, we're gonna give Godry one for starting out.
Which one? The
The here's the new toy, don't break this one. And then it was
Oh,
like,
dude, that was
we've
it.
broken 5 toys and we're still in the fucking prologue. I died. Like, I cackled and my fat hurt because I was laughing
I
so
was
hard.
so proud of that one.
You should be. I showed my husband and he about
my
lost his
Microsoft
shit.
Paint skills are unrivaled.
They are on point. Later after the session, I'll have to go through and find some of the memes that other groups have made. Most of them at my expense, that are pretty fucking solid too. We should make a D&D meme channel for all the groups to share the memes that they've made. That would be a lot of fun.
Memes from
Or
streams.
just how many
Yes.
times Denali has drawn penises without knowing.
You know what? I can't help. It's the Freudian tip. Memes from streams. I like
Have we
that name.
warned Ace how many bodies we have behind us?
I did
And
let him
and
know.
how little we've accomplished in this campaign.
Oh god.
So I
told
did
him.
let him know.
No,
Okay.
he's got access to the doc.
Yeah, I did let him know that we've lost some people. For real life
Oh.
stuff. It's not that I'm trying to be generous.
No, be honest, we've scared them off.
Like, I don't think you guys, none of them have admitted to being scared off anyway. But so heavy, speed, fairy, Jen is maybe. So 4?
Well, now I gotta see. Now you guys have a standard. I gotta
Yeah.
shook or
I
unshook
feel
it.
like we're becoming that like daytime sitcom where every episode has a guest star who then just never shows up again.
Oh my god, I love that. I mean, I hate
Yeah,
it,
like,
but I
it
love
started
it.
it started off where the main cast was like traumatized by it, but now we're just like,
It's another
Yeah.
day. It's Tuesday.
Yep.
And here
And
we have
then-
it's like, oh hi Jerry, bye Jerry.
yeah, nice meeting you. Bye. And we are in session 27. I think I did tell you this part. This is, well, technically it's session 28, but I don't count the
Technically.
drinking. Yeah, I don't count the drinking and getting to ask questions and the DM getting shit faced as a session. That was more we get to play and role
yeah,
play.
yeah. Don't count the session where I dropped the most backstory. I see how it is.
I mean, it was recorded, but no, that's like a bonus feature. Like that's the like deleted scene at the end of the fucking
Deleted.
film, you know, because it was
deleted scenes
greatly
back.
deleted
Director's
from my
cut.
memory of the night. Yes, director's cut.
Dungeon Master's cut.
Yes. But we're still in the town that they started in. 27,
God.
28 sessions later.
So
They did leave town
so
for about a
we-
week.
We
In
have been in
August. It's
So
been
we
about
got-
3 weeks.
So we got the drunken one recorded, but we didn't record the best session of all time,
Dude, that was so good.
unfortunately.
And now we're using Craig and Stream.
I blame
Fuck
Harbin.
you, Craig.
Blame
I
Harbin.
blame Harbin.
Neither Harbin. Neither Harbin.
Arden did it.
Absolutely.
Just
When
saying,
all
you-
else fails,
you see
blame
my hair?
Harbin.
You see my hair? It's coming out.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the excuse to where I can
coming.
take Harbin down.
Pretty
It can
soon,
be revealed.
pretty soon
he
you'll see
was-
Harbin.
Dude, it can be revealed he was some mystical hero like 20 years ago. Your time's up, bud. Put him in shackles. It's done.
Would that
It's
make us?
wraps.
Would that make us the bad guys?
No, we're liberators of Phandalin.
The
people were
anti-heroes.
struggling. Exactly. We're legally not even. We're just like legal villains. Like we come in, you're guilty of extortion, smuggling. Take all his shit. Matter of fact, he has a secret tunnel. Get all that stuff too.
God damn it.
Wait, who has a secret tunnel?
Secret
know.
tunnel.
You know.
That's the audio we need to add.
I don't know
Ah.
Jack, man.
Oh, he's a very nice guy.
I'm waiting. Give me a reason.
Would anybody like to volunteer for the recap for player inspiration? Or do we need a DM?
Hold on. Let me go to the campfire because I think I summed it up pretty well.
Yes.
I'm full on them, so.
Also, today is gonna be a cameraless day because your girl's a hot mess.
Bitch, same.
I'm on 2 inspo. Do we want it?
Go, do it. I mean, I don't need inspo, but if you need inspo, go for it.
Godry needs some.
I get my inspo by farming memes, so.
Correct.
It's so funny watching him on mute talking. Oh, he's talking to his girl, aren't you?
Oh,
We
Oh no, not.
later.
yeah, let me-
Later.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Anybody
It's
else
just-
confused? I'm confused.
After. Well, after Rick blows himself up in the caves to get rid of the stone golem, we
I think you mean after Rick
slowly
perfectly
hobble
executed.
back.
Thank you, Andy.
What?
I think you mean after Rick perfectly executed him and Contagious' plans.
It was
That they
perfect.
totally did perfectly.
Rick fumbled his way into killing something. I'm kidding. It probably did save our lives. That golem would have fucked us up. Make sure I finish that sentence. We stumble our way back to the office, and then to the swinging sword. Nope, to Jen's house, because we had an argument in the office. Then we go to Jen's house. Couple of us snoop around a little bit. Awen makes what we hope was tea. Could have had drugs in it. Rick gets a flashback triggered. And now hears music that only he can hear. And was trying to follow it, seeing if it got louder. Then we all went to sleep and had a fucking wild dream. I'm just gonna read from the campfire. Assuming those shadows were us, Rick was engulfed in fire and explosions, Contagious got tossed around like a straw doll, Aowen was talking to multiple things, and Jay was drowned. We're possibly all avatars of the elements. Don't like how that's going. Aowen's talking to like all of them, and we all saw kind of what was going on with the other people, but I don't know if we had enough perception to like hear direct words. Woke up, had a shiny little rock in our hands that were specific to each element in all of us. I don't know directly how Rick's feeling about this, but Contagious is fucking stoked. Awen's scared as hell, and Jay doesn't like it. Then we talk a little bit about like what we're gonna do, because we want to follow Gus's lead about the cultists leaving town at night. So we go scope out a place to watch them, have a little bit of what's going on in the campfire, and then follow them outside of town and into the hills.
Yes, very, very solid. And I believe everybody, save for Awen, has attuned to their shard. And these shards
Nope.
have... Oh, you have not attuned either? Okay, let me
Nope.
adjust that. Thank you.
It's on my arm.
Why?
Oh, catch up. Da-da-da.
I'll attune to it. Give me that.
You got your thing going on.
Okay.
I'll juggle the shards.
Juggle these nuts.
To respond so it's actually recorded, Jade takes the stone and Jade takes A1 stone and puts it in the bag.
Okay. And I think I put it in there. I'll double check. I drop shared the character sheet for you, so you'll be able to take ownership of and access that at your will. Contagious,
Yes, it's in there.
Perfect. Contagious, I fixed the editing on your shield for you. So
Yay,
that is
thank you.
good to go. You are very, very welcome. And again, if you click on the shard in your inventory, you'll get a pop-up, and the abilities that it grants, the cantrip and spell, you'll have the pop-up locked in there as well. So if you're attuned, you have access to all of that and know what it is and what it does. If you don't, you have a creepy, pretty rock that crept its way through the veil.
Can we just add those spells directly to our spell list,
Yeah, that's fine.
just so that we remember? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Just remember that the spell itself is a one-time daily.
Yep. The level 1. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
And
And
it's
I was
I thought we. Oh, for
I
mine, I thought
had a
it was
miracle and actually found my glasses.
produce.
Don't know if they're gonna work.
oh, is it the produce flame?
Yeah.
Okay, let me edit that real quick. Sorry, it's been a really long fucking week.
No, it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I was gonna get on today and do some other stuff, and then I told you about what was going on, JJ. So I've not done
Yeah.
shit with my life today. Let me fix that.
Oh my gosh, and all the books freaking unloaded.
And I still have deer teeth.
Yep.
Yep. I thought they were bear teeth.
No. It was from the deer that Contagious and
Yeah.
Rick had killed. Oh shit, I deleted the wrong one. Hold on.
Did all your books
Okay, go.
get unloaded, guys?
Excuse me.
Might have to load them all again.
I don't even look at the books. I'm a menace.
Excuse me.
Child.
Sorry, I'm trying to make this look pretty for you as well. And then, okay. Is everybody else's good? Okay. So we left off, and you guys on the map you guys should all have. I'm going to ping with you guys here, having navigated your way, following the cloaked figures, remaining quiet, and as far as you know, unseen. As you guys perch atop this small plateau, looking out, you see the hooded figures kind of come together in an opening. Let me bring this up. You watch as they form a circle in the clearing amongst the brush just below you guys, as they had traveled up the hills and then back down into the little opening when you guys are atop looking down. The wind here begins to pick up slightly. Not a howl, but a constant murmur, almost as if hundreds of distant voices are singing at once. The figures set their torches down and come together in a circle, raising their hands, and they begin to chant another low hum that kind of commingles with the wind that blows. You watch as a small bit of wind begins to circle within the group, almost like a vortex or a cyclone, small and slow at first, gradually picking up speed and growing in size. As the chanting continues, so too does the escalation of the growth of this wind source, and it takes flight into the air and then spreads out, dissipating into the night sky. A few moments later, you hear the sound of flapping wings in the distance. You watch as these large winged creatures come into sight and begin to descend next to the group. As the hippogriffs land, the cloaked figures quickly mount them before taking flight. Excuse me. You watch as... What was that? You want to see a hippogriff?
Rick is thinking like, I want one of those.
Here, let me share an image with you. They're so cute. An amalgamation of yes. The sounds of the beating wings momentarily drown out the whispering of the winds, and you watch as they fly just slightly to the east, watching. It's hard to see for sure, as it is relatively dark out, but there appears to be a tower of sorts that only becomes apparent to you as these creatures with the riders on their back fly towards it, and then lower out of sight. You've lost sight of the people you'd been following. Their torches continue burning down in the clearing below. Contagious. As all of this is going on, there's a vibration coming from your shard. If you were to open your palm and watch, you see that once again it kind of takes to the air, floating a few inches above the palm of your hand, and it begins to almost dance. And for just a moment, you can swear you hear the song that seems to be in tandem with the blowing winds.
I don't like that.
What?
I don't like.
See.
About how far away are we from them?
So they would have been, because you guys had been keeping at least 100 feet back, correct?
Right, we
Mhm.
were following the torchlight, not actually them, in order to stay out
Yes.
of sight.
Okay.
Until they stopped, I'm sure we creeped a little closer at that point, but like,
Okay.
a fair distance.
So from the top of the plateau or hill that you guys are at, coming up the hill, you'd followed the torches up the winding path to where this is, and just off to the right, there's a path that leads down and around to the clearing.
Ew. What the fuck?
Okay, I've got to see. Hold on.
Why can't? No, it's. Ugh.
What
I
is
used to be
happening?
able to just toggle the party. Why can't I? Why can't I move the party?
The Alrighty.
it
Oh, you
draws
know
a
what?
line.
It's because hold on. Let me get rid of this pointer. That should be a difference for you. Make a difference. Remove that. Okay, now try.
No, it still does the same
Oh,
thing.
okay. Hold on. Cancel all. Okay, now try.
I mean, I don't have to move it, but I like
Yeah, try now.
guesstimating right where we are. Oh, there we go.
Oh, thank you. Yes. So you guys are right about there from where they had taken flight on. I misread your message, JJ, and thought that said you want to come to Daddy, and I had questions, and I had to reread it, and I read it correctly. So, it's probably about 100 yards from where you are to where the torches remain burning.
How many again were we following? How
I
many?
believe there were 4.
Only 4? Okay.
Yes, one dude with a staff and then 3 dudes following him.
Yeah.
And then just hopped on the birds and flew away.
Correct.
This just got 30 times more complicated than we signed up for.
And then where you see, and again, it is very far in the distance, and it is dark, but where I'm pinging is where you see the top of the tower, and then lost sight of them.
Wait, ping again?
No.
Such a valid response. This is exactly how I respond.
Let me
Do we
drop
have a
it.
rough estimate how far that is from us?
Go ahead and give me a either nature or survival,
Well, I feel like I'm not good at either of those.
because it involves trees.
Okay, well, nature's a -1, and survival... Oh, survival is nothing. So let's go with that.
Might I also
Hey.
roll?
Absolutely.
Someone else.
Absolutely.
Someone else better suited for this.
Okay, it's not letting me put this where I want it. Let's try. I'm just gonna draw a 17. Beautiful. All right, let me get rid of this because this is gonna drive me fucking crazy.
Oh yeah, Ace, just a fair warning. I have 2 of my main stats that are negative. I have a -1 in Dex and a -1 in Intelligence, so just be prepared for that.
Rick, did you tell him about the tree?
No,
Yeah, I told him about the tree.
Okay.
no,
Good. Let me
It is your
double
legacy.
check.
no. See, and that's the thing is, I'm sitting here talking about negative skills, and somehow we bring up the one time I failed a skill I have a fucking +6 in.
I mean, I wasn't gonna tell him that part, but
Yeah, that was.
You
That was
added
you.
yourself on that
I
one.
just said you failed it.
You were doomed from the start.
Oh, you have no
Hey,
idea.
listen, man, I have at least a +4 on deception, and I can't lie for shit. So
that
I
made
think
for a
that's how I
great
agree.
moment, though. That was a great moment.
That was amazing. I think the party can agree. I clearly have the best rolls in the entire group. Like
Oh, hands down.
consistently rolling below a 6. It's great.
Hands down. He is consistent.
No, to be fair, that's only out of combat. The second combat starts, for some reason, everything just comes up
Changes,
roses.
yeah.
Yeah. That AC though. Too bad you don't have better armor.
I need armor, 120 AC.
Oh, give me a second. My shit is
So
lagging
7?
real bad. With the 17, sorry, my shit was glitching. You know that it's a few miles at least 4 miles.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just gonna look around at all of us lying on this hill. I'm just like, did anyone else just fucking see that?
Why the fuck do we even plan
How-
anything? How are we supposed to follow
There
that?
goes information, I guess.
Oh god, Contagious is just like done.
Just
They were supposed to go to like a fucking cave. Did anybody else think they were going to a fucking cave?
Is this the air cult? Like,
Point of
well,
inspiration,
obviously it is.
Jacobs.
Yeah, when
He
you say
points
that,
at
I'm just gonna
the
hold up my little
rock.
stone.
Contagious is rocking like,
It's just going
Zach-
crazy.
If you toss it up, would it act like an ender pearl?
What's an ender pearl do?
That's from Minecraft, right?
Yeah. You
Oh, I
toss
knew
it
a
up, it
thing.
leads you in a direction.
I do something.
That is the one zone of nerdom I don't know. I've never played Minecraft.
I only know because I saw the
Tragic.
movie with my kids twice.
Ugh. You guys made it out of the movie theater alive?
Yeah,
Good job.
it was actually good.
Because apparently a bunch of theaters had to send in babysitters to keep people from destroying the theaters.
Ew. What the
Yeah.
fuck is wrong with people?
But ender pearl, when you toss it in the air, it's supposed to lead you to like the end game. If you toss your rock in the air, will it like sway in a direction?
I'm gonna find a nice, like, the flattest open place I can get to, so that when I inevitably drop this, I can still find it. And I'm gonna throw the feather rock up in the air and see what happens.
Alright. Are you wanting it up by where you guys are, or you wanted to throw it kind of over, like, down into the clearing?
No, just throw it, like, 5 feet above my head
Okay.
and see if it has any sort of reaction.
As you throw your stone up into the air, you don't have dark vision, right? Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh no. Dude, I'm gonna beat up Rick and steal those glasses. Dexterity saving throw?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm great at those.
I know.
Woo! 19, the highest I
Very,
can roll.
very nice. Okay. As you throw it up in the air, you have the wherewithal to take a step back as your stone comes falling back to the ground, and it plinks a little bit before settling, falling still.
Just look at
No,
Jacobs.
no,
Shake my head.
it was a good thought.
Well, now what the fuck do we do?
Do you think...
Anybody got a secret griffin they haven't brought up yet?
At a brisk run, 4 miles would run us like an hour and a half to get there. And that's straight shot.
Perhaps
Or
there's
we could
some...
set up a trap for them to come back.
Perhaps there's some sort of information or clues down there where they took
And
off.
everyone's gone from the area. Thank you, Awen.
Correct.
Everyone's gone from the area.
Correct.
I was like, wait, who's with? Oh, Awen. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's my
Yeah.
Awen. I don't have like that super soft innocent voice. I am like Awen at like the end of this campaign after she's been through some more shit.
What does my
Yeah,
love
let-
say?
Slide down the hill, take a look around.
Okay. As you guys make your way down, go ahead and give me investigation checks, please.
I'm doing mine with guidance as well.
Okay.
I'm not doing one because that's a waste of my time.
Okay. The torches are down
Thing-
there. As you guys approach, they did leave their torches behind. So 16.
I am going to... Can I make a perception check just to be lookout while they investigate?
Absolutely.
Make sure nothing stupid happens?
16, 17. Okay.
It would have been really cool if it did an ender pearl. It was an ender pearl.
Dude, apparently I lied to Ace because my rolls are on fucking point today.
Right.
What is this?
Oh, I mean, that one
Let-
was on point, and your dex was on
It's
point.
because of Ace.
Let me in with low
Uh,
expectations and is out for me.
All this
By
is
the
a
by.
false sense of security. He's hustling you.
I was just saying, what worries me is that you somehow like shifted the paradigm, and we're gonna get into combat, and I'm going to fucking whip everything, and I'm gonna be so goddamn mad because I'd rather it be the way.
These are quiet.
I'm
I
not
can
ready.
reshatter you.
I'm not ready for another near death or death experience. Please, I cannot emotionally take that right now. Please don't. If
You
we come
didn't
into
like-
combat and you almost, if you start getting like shit rolls in combat, we're ending the session and I'm gonna cry myself to sleep.
You didn't like two of your players being on death saving throws
my
while the other
God.
players had no idea where they even were?
I
What are
didn't.
you talking
I
about?
did not like that, and I did not like being called out with the "Oh look, she's crying, guys. You know it's bad."
I knew it was bad.
Ace,
I was like,
you heard about Bodhi, right?
The gunslinger I told you about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sitting here
3
crying as
sessions,
Bodhi's
about
dying.
3 hours to live with the party.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sitting here crying as I'm like, this motherfucker's dying, and then Cass is in the background laughing and shit, and I'm like, this is so bad.
Like-
I was in tears from laughter because I was also doing a bit in the background.
Nothing
Bodhi
will
was
ever
literally like delegated to just being a gunpowder delivery person.
pretty
Yes.
much.
Like that's how
Pretty
fast they
much. Though I don't think
'Cause-
anything will ever top.
Bodhi blew up the thing. That's what I said.
Yeah, Bodhi
Yes,
killed the golem, man.
yes, for Bodhi. But
It was
nothing
Bodhi's
will
revenge.
that was
nothing
yeah,
will
okay,
ever
yeah.
compare to narrating Rick's failed death saving throws while having to recite Rick roll songs.
Never gonna give you up.
To
Yeah.
the point that you didn't even get it until about a month ago.
Oh yeah, we're back there. Anyway, so with the investigation check,
Anyway,
She had
minus
no
one
idea.
inspiration.
It's on the internet.
it was so
The
bad.
funny thing was, I told her about it before I even did
Yes,
it.
yes,
She didn't
but-
get
And it didn't
But-
process until you said Rick roll.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it registered. But I have all of your character sheets in front of me. It has the first and last names, but my DM brain is very like professional, like going through everything. Like I've got my big girl panties on and like grown up and just being very like objective in what is in front of me. And like my pigeon haha something shiny funny brain is like muted. Not off, but muted. And for months, Rick roll, da da da. And it wasn't until, I don't remember the context of it, but I was like, oh my god, Rick roll. And I
We
knew
were introducing ourselves to Datura.
that's what it was. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've never been so ashamed in my life. It was amazingly terrible. Okay.
Oh, it was amazing.
That's a word for it. And then Andy's, oh, Denali. That was salt in the wound.
But I don't know if I've told you guys this, because I'm not a creative person. The name for Contagious, the full name Contagious Invictus, just means in Latin, thunderstorm strongman. And I hope you all appreciate that.
I absolutely do. My character for JJ's Monday morning group is Ellen Ithel, which is Elvish. She's a Twilight cleric, and her name is Elvish or Sylvan for Star Moon. So, I feel you. You are seen and heard. Okay. With a 16 and a 17 and an 8. Awen is very much on edge as you guys make your way down into this open area, on high alert, kind of flinching at every sound that is not coming from you guys. A distant hooting of an owl, distant, rumbling of a creature scurrying off in the distance, has her very, very much on edge.
It's your cousin.
Jacos, you notice out of the corner of your eye, just kind of beyond where they had been circled, kind of more around the area where the gentleman with the staff, who had been further back, had mounted his hippogriff. What appears to be a dingy folded piece of parchment.
There's a bug in my notebook.
You kill it. Kill it with fire.
No!
And then let me
Time to
I
burn
don't
the
do
house down.
bugs! Got it! Yo, I'll launch my notebook across the room. I'm fine with giant spiders and beetles, but as soon as they enter my house, I was in my backpack all day.
Mm. Let me bring this up. Are you picking up the parchment?
There's parchment.
Yeah, there was. Sorry, the bug must have thrown you off. Yes, there's a
Yes.
Genji. Okay.
Oh man.
As you go to pick it up, let me bring this up so I can relay this to you properly. As you unfold it, there's some very sloppy writing on there. Very, very poorly written. And what you see appears to be a short list. And as you read it out, staying at the Swinging Sword, met with Malikos, asking around town, speaking to employees at the stoneworks, stopped to see Frank, caused scene at the High Helm. Gone for 6 days. Spoke with Gus. They're on to us.
Well, shit.
Well, we're fucked, huh?
Gonna put a pin in this as you read this out loud to the group. Gaudry. It's been a long few weeks in a strange, foreign land. But this strange thing that you found that called to you, almost commanding to be with you, continues to pull you towards the south. The wind cuts sideways across the jagged ridges of the somber hills, dragging threads of storm clouds along the crests like torn banners. The sun, when it has appeared, seemed pale and watchful, almost as though struggling to burn away the shroud that hung across this unfamiliar land. You've been navigating through what seems a maze of rolling hills. The few humanoids that you have encountered have fled in fear. At any point where you may have stopped to inquire about where you are, who or what they are, before you're even able to process that, the pull becomes stronger. Continuing to stride through gravel and brush. That pull is relentless. The landscape continues to bend around you. Give me just a moment.
JJ, stop sending me that shit.
Yeah, when I say my face is my subtitles, I mean it.
Oh, dude, yeah. You went wide-eyed so fast as soon as you started talking. That was hilarious.
It said talk to Frank, and I'm like, oh shit.
I am so sorry. The landscape bends around you. You've passed ruined watchtowers, covered, swallowed by ivy, petrified trees that creak in still air, standing stones etched with curling strips of languages unknown to you. The humming continues to pulse and pull. Please give me a perception check as the landscape around you shifts along with that pull.
First roll, don't fuck it up.
Yes. On the skill tab of your character sheet, there's a dice icon next to the number and the ability. You can single click that.
Alright.
Solid.
Maps in the way. Okay.
Solid. You find yourself atop a plateaued hill. A clearing beneath you. Hi, Awen!
Hello!
Eek.
The
Not
pull
the camera turned.
Let me see
begins
those eyebrows.
to-
I really just walked in the door.
You're so cute!
No.
That
No.
draw is almost so strong now down to the clearing below you that if you stopped focusing and gave way, you have no doubt that it would just push you right off. Below you, you see the flickering of torches on the ground and a group of 4 people gathered together. Contagious, with a 21 of your perception. I swear I can speak.
I want a perception.
Absolutely.
I'm not even in fantasy ground yet.
I did roll investigation for you, and we'll catch you up on that in just a second. But Contagious, you hear something unnatural, almost a whirring of sorts, faintly, as you turn to scan the area around you. There's a bit of light that catches your attention up atop the hill that you had just been on. And this is what you see. Well, actually, no, you wouldn't see that. You don't have dark vision. You just see the lights. I always forget you don't have dark vision.
Rick chucks the goggles of night at him.
Okay, we'll wait an hour for him to tune.
Right?
Gotcha.
Are those
Just because.
No, those ones don't need a tune, actually.
Those doesn't need a tune. Those don't need a tune, man.
The goggles don't? Oh,
No.
did they not?
As
No.
you look down the side of this hilltop Godry, you see one of the figures turn towards you. It appears at least your presence is known to one.
What did you guys do?
Nothing. Everything's going perfectly.
So good. You guys are stealthy as fuck.
Yeah, the dudes we're following definitely didn't fly away on Griff.
No, they weren't griffins. They were hippogriffs. So you're right.
Hippogriff. See, yeah, they
Wait,
didn't fly
what?
away on Griffin. They flew away on Hippogriff.
Wait. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
They summoned birds and flew away on them.
Bird lions?
Bird horses.
Bird things.
Let me find that I closed. I think I did. Let me reopen and share. Are you in Fantasy Grounds now, love?
Almost. Of
Okay.
course, I didn't think to, update it before
It's
we
okay.
left.
It's okay.
Decipher if you can. Oh, this will be fun.
At this moment, for all of you, as you guys are listening to the list that Jacobs is reading off from you, wherever your stones are, there's a vibration, a faint tugging.
Ash,
God.
did you see my last post in the...
It is in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Awen, you would
and,
be unaware.
and Awen is not attuned to
It
that
has
shit
been
either.
verbally responded to.
Without you here.
But what do you mean by that?
I responded recorded so it
Oh!
existed. Not just in my head.
I'm following.
Yes.
I'm still in ASL mode if you can't tell.
It's okay.
I'm in.
Perfect.
I'm in.
Let me reshare these maps. So, Jacobs, you would feel, even though you are not attuned, you would feel a slight tugging from your bag in the direction of the hill you had just been to. Almost magnetic.
I don't like that it can pull on dimensions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just want to say really quickly, when I opened Fantasy Ground, Audrey's character icon was Datura for a second. I was like, that's hilarious.
That's amazing.
Another one.
So Rick will almost in like a
Andy.
playing manner, but also in kind of like a manner. He'll test out his new cantrip. So he'll kind of get this like little fireball in his hand.
Who gave the man fire? I mean, you know who
Not
gave.
that guy.
You're
You're
not,
not
that
that
guy. So Godry, as this is all taking place, and you feel that pull stronger than it's been for the last 2 weeks, looking down at this group of humanoids, how would you proceed? Chuckle fucks.
Chaos junkies. Murder hobos.
When Godry shares this sort of moment where he can see that this other person sees him, is it? I would say, how does the individual? Sorry. It depends how the individual plays it off. If they keep contact or if they sort of glance away.
Contagious?
I am probably just staring without saying a word at whatever the hell I am looking at.
In that case, this is gonna be kind of funny. Yeah, he would do it like this. Godry would start, I guess, finding a safe route to climb down the mountain while completely maintaining eye contact with this person that he's currently watching.
That is amazing. So here's my question. Are you like Exorcist Spider climbing like back to the wall, or are you facing the wall with your body and your head has spun around?
Oh, good. I would say body to wall, head spun around, just keeping eye contact.
That is amazing. So
You gonna
Contagious,
tell anyone, Cat?
what you
I have a
see?
I have a very important question.
Yes.
What do you roll to
Not cry.
not piss yourself?
Give me a con save.
Because like
Give me a con save.
legitimately, that's fucking terrifying.
It is. And Godry, please
No,
give me an
it's the
athletics
toddler
check.
reaction of.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no!
Contagious is now part of the water cult as he loses control of his
himself.
bowels.
Oh my god! There's no way.
Do you want to inspo that?
And the
No,
wild thing is,
no.
you've not. I mean, Jacobs hasn't fucking spider climbed down the wall, but you've seen him like head 180. You've seen someone do this.
This is yeah, but this
Wait
is
till you
unnatural.
see. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think you understand.
Godry, go ahead and give me your athletics to see how expertisely you navigate your way down the side of this hill, please.
Really
Alright.
quickly.
Mhm.
Can you send me just like the little stat block description of my rock? Like I didn't get to look at it with the new
Oh,
stuff.
absolutely.
I assume I can't
absolutely.
find it because it's in Jacob's bag of holding.
Correct.
But I was like, I still want to know what it is and what it does.
Yeah.
Did you get the private message with the quick description?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there
So we're
are
cooked.
some slight changes. Let's see.
Oh, can I use guidance with it?
Absolutely.
Thank God.
Did that pop up for you, Liv?
Oh yes.
Beautiful.
All right, so first impression. Okay, so
So, 22. So, Contagious, what you see as
Great, he climbs better than
these
me. Fuck.
lights. I mean, it's Earth. It's not a tree, so there is hope. You haven't tried that yet, and you haven't seen him climb.
You're
a tree.
telling me that what I'm witnessing right now and how expertly he's climbing down this and what he is, that I would not be aware of how good at climbing trees?
I mean,
that
you
he would be.
grossly
Look at
overestimated
this
your
thing.
ability to climb trees, so it's possible.
I'm not this.
Yeah, yes, I know. But what you see is little lights that kind of glint off of the reflective surfaces. But those few lights in the front turn rapidly, while the larger light above them remains focused on you, and you watch this light quickly scurry down the side of this hill.
I have
I'm
no...
just seeing Ultron style metal turn around.
I
So like
have
arms
no
and legs
frame
are
of
face
reference to this,
backwards.
right?
No,
Like,
you. This
Contagious
is
has
unlike
no reference.
anything that you have ever seen.
This is beyond anything I've ever seen before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we
We're gonna
just hear
stick-
Contagious silently whimpering?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, you
he
do?
is. No words. Just
What?
point.
pointing.
Yeah. After a few seconds, it's just pointing.
Combat form, excuse me? Oh!
I need you guys to roll initiative.
What?
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Time to
kidding.
meet our makers,
I'm
like-
just kidding.
I was gonna say, if we're gonna enter initiative, I at least need the rundown of the sitch.
There's
The
initiative.
other main thing you should know is where they flew off to is a big tower, like a couple miles away, that we now see.
Oh, yeah.
And also, they left a laundry list of everything we've done since coming to this town. Ended
Mhm.
with, they're on to us.
So yeah, so we
We need to go check if Frank and Gus are
follow.
dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Followed. We're on the hills. Hippogriffs. They left to the tower. We went and saw their shit. We're fucked. And now we fought. Who is it that we're seeing now? What are we? Did we go elsewhere?
I
Is
don't know.
it still here?
So the people that you had followed are all gone. And you guys had come down off of the hilltop that you guys were on to the clearing where they were. They had left their torches. That is where you found the piece of parchment, where Jacobs found the parchment of the list, essentially. Contagious, unsure of his ability to help investigate the area, decided to keep watch, and with a 21 perception check, was able to spot whatever it is that is coming right now. So, Gaudry, as you quickly climb down the side of this hill, the eyes of the being that you noticing you, are still focused on you, and you can faintly hear the psst. I'm assuming everybody else turns at this point.
What
Yeah.
the
Okay.
fuck?
We didn't know it did that.
I think you would have seen like the tail end of it, where it's like the last like maybe 10 to 15 feet of it quickly climbing down.
Mechanical spider.
You guys remember that like giant metal thing from the first Thor movie?
Yeah,
I'll
I
need to
love
go
that
watch
thing.
it.
That's such a cool design.
I didn't watch the movie. I'll have to go watch it now.
Andy. My next move. It's crazy.
Fish!
Now at the bottom of the hill, and
Ah,
I'd say maybe 60 feet out from this group. Gaudry, how would you like to proceed? Why is there a purple dildo? How would you proceed?
I didn't even notice that.
I just saw Rick's comment of
Uh,
the purple dildo. Oh my god.
Ma'am.
Where is the phallic? But I would say as soon as Gaji sort of gets down the hill, and would he see like now all the heads of these individuals have turned?
Yes. And one of them, small in stature, has fire in his hand.
How far is this thing away from
About
us?
60 feet. Okay, Andy said, bye guys, fuck this. I'm scared, I'm gonna go change my pants.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Hi, Tuna. Yes, hello. I've been gone for the last few hours. I was here all day though.
I think Rick
Okay,
had
so-
the question last.
Yeah, 60 feet. Okay.
So, sorry, I'm still a little confused. Audrey?
This man just came down the hill, like, body facing hill, climbing down, head looking at us. Just appeared.
Okay, and
No words have been exchanged.
is Gaudry the only person that has seen these people?
The only one that you guys are aware of, yeah.
Okay. Like, me, the player, is still getting my bearings.
So the
No
question is,
worries.
did Awen stay with Contagious or did Awen come with Jagos?
So you guys are all kind of together, but as you guys were investigating
Okay.
the area, so you guys are all kind of circled up and not like super like nut to butt type proximity, but in a vicinity where you can see and hear each other, and be able to speak to one another. So Awen was investigating with you guys while Contagious was keeping watch. So you guys are maybe 5 to 10 feet from Contagious. So I guess that would put you 65, 70 feet
Pissing his
from
pants?
Gaudry. Yeah.
I know for sure, seeing the small figure with fire in his hand and seeing everyone's eyes pointed, the small figure would, everyone would see this from this distance, that the head shifts to look at the small figure and the purple, this purple sort of optic light dilates quickly down to this focused dot on the individual with fire.
I don't like coming back to fire in his hand. What the fuck did I miss?
Rick is now a pyro.
No, Rick has fire.
Okay, cool. Rick, no, wait, not cool. What are you doing?
Wait. Is Gaudry honing in on Rick?
Yes.
Yes.
Has
This fire
Gaudry
was
not
for
been
you to see,
interact-
Contagious.
He has
Wait.
not. There have been no words, no interactions exchanged at all. He has just come down
Oh,
the side
he's
of the
not been
hill.
introduced yet.
Not yet. This is his
No.
introduction.
That's why I'm so confused.
I'm
I was
so
like, who are the
sorry.
people we see? No. This is great. I was like, who are the people he's seeing? I'm not understanding. Like, where are the people?
Yes. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're the people.
He appeared over the hilltop. Contagious. Him and Contagious locked eyes. Gaudry climbed down, facing forward, looking at Contagious, and then Contagious pissed himself and started crying.
Yeah.
Whimpering.
Rick
Whimpering. Thank you.
Rick will drop the produce flame, and instead he'll cast Mage Hand, and with his other hand he'll grab the gray cloth that he had gotten from Turo, or wherever I got that gray cloth, and kind of put it in the Mage Hand, and just kind of like shake it.
Okay.
Like a bull.
On
No,
God. Okay.
it's like a we come in
You
peace.
try to wave a white flag.
Whatever, it's what I had, man.
That's great.
What, you have something better, Contagious?
No, I have a puddle of pee on the ground underneath me. That's
Soiled
Oh,
trousers.
so look who's peeing now.
Oh God.
The power dynamic has shifted.
Gaudry would
Jacobs is just gonna Jacobs is gonna peek out from probably like 10 feet behind you, Contagious. Please tell me you're friendly.
Yeah, and then with the thing that I'm holding, the symbols will be kind of out, hoping that his optical eye or whatever can see it.
What symbols? We're not.
These symbols.
These symbols? Okay.
Right, yeah.
Hopefully that doesn't get read the wrong way.
Gaudry's head will definitely scan left to right, and then you'll sort of see the eye reopen up, and you see the full purple glow, and the stature of this silhouette sort of stands up and just sort of walks in a soldier-like pace towards the party.
Sword and shield out.
Yeah, Jay's gonna get the necklace off and get ready to.
And Gaudry, as you approach, the pull, which had been so incessant, undeniable, especially as you peaked that hilltop, it continues to pull you towards you, but the closer you get to this group, it lightens a bit and just begins to slightly hum once more. The rest of you, save for A1 who does not have a stone on her persons, you feel that pull still in the palm of your hand or the pocket of your pants or from within the depths of your bag, continuing to kind of pull, almost magnetized. And it also lessens the closer this new being gets. How close are you coming to them, Gaudry?
I would say unless something is like thrown out, Gaudry will fully walk up like nobody's business, just straight close, like 5 foot, just right up into everybody's mix.
The pull
Awen
for
is
all of you becomes a
looking-
soft hum.
Defensive. Just ready.
Yeah, it's like
On
Contagious
guard.
is in full like battle stance, not swinging or anything, but sword out, shield up in front of him.
When Gaudry reaches you guys, you see it's funny, the distortion from the bottom of the hill up close. He comes in standing at this 6'10" sort of height, this yellow scratched up flecked paint on metal, and you see fully now that no part of him is organic. You see wires interlaced in joints and hydraulics, little steam hissing here and there at necks and at would be his knees. As you see, he has full 5 fingers of this metal alloy as he in a purple like ratty scarf as he goes, and he'll stand full like C3PO, hands at his like chest level as he looks forward, analyzing, analyzing. Individuals in possessions of similar resonant frequencies. Status: temporary allies. Hostile rate: medium, medium, medium. And when he goes to look at Contagious, low.
Point of inspiration.
I would
Damn.
I would introduce myself. I am known as the designation unit. Unit. Apologies. Godry. I am an Explore. And I have come to meet you all as I have been drawn by this device. And he'll pull out this similar sort of magic looking crystal.
So I don't gotta roll to know that Awen's never seen whatever this is.
No.
Awen's never seen a machine.
No,
No.
I don't think you would have even heard of anything like this.
Can I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, please don't tell me it's history.
It is.
I
You can do nature, but the DC for nature will be higher.
It's the same. Was that guy?
Animal handling? Rick reaches out to gently begin petting you. 14. Okay. Jacos with a 16.
16.
With what you are and where you are from, you know that Toril is not the only world, that this is not the only plane of existence. You know that there are multiple others. You have heard, I think, rather than it being told as history lessons, they were told more as like fairy tales of, I don't think extraterrestrials is the right word, but something slightly akin to that, of planes that exist in a space-esque form, and that there are beings of a much higher intelligence, capacity, and capabilities than the material plane of Toril. In these fairy tales, you would have heard stories of constructs, which for the rest of you would be the closest thing that you would have as a point of comparison for what or who stands before you, though you've never seen anything quite like this. That are humanoids in functionality and can sometimes be programmed for certain tasks or duties or jobs. As far as the specifics, as far as like where specifically he may be from or what exactly he is, you're not sure. But this is not far from some of those tales that you would have heard prior to coming to the material plane.
Oh, the baby.
I'm still here. I'm just going to take him out.
Mm-hmm.
Does that all make sense? Do you need clarification on any of that?
Nope, I got it.
Because guidance is a touch thing, I'll say that Aiden was like behind Jacos, and she just kind of puts her hand on his shoulder and is like, "What the fuck is that?"
All right, yep.
Think they
No,
were
I'm
real.
following the hippogriff. Fuck this. Tejas is just gonna start walking towards the tower.
Get your ass back here. Or at least wipe yourself off.
I'm still wearing my pee pants.
Does anyone have prestidigitation?
I'm walking to the back of the group.
He has prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Does
He's
anybody look?
Unfortunately, gonna look up. It's like, I didn't think they were real. That. Getting that quick history from you. Would he know, like, he heard similar frequencies. Godry is like holding out the stone, right? He's like, would Jade know ways to say, like, main mission, main command, like,
I think you would
What
know
is your-
something similar to that. You know, like maybe like you'd read it in one of the fairy tale
Like
books, or
objective,
yeah,
or-
yeah. And does anybody look at his stone? Is anybody taking it to examine it?
not taking it away, but he said he was holding it, like, right here.
Mhm.
Like, C-3PO style. It's about
Yeah.
face height, like,
Awen's peeping it, but
Go ahead and give me a quick investigation check, Awen, as you lean in to get a good look at it. Go ahead, Jacos.
might be rude. I thought she didn't exist. Godry, first objective.
why aren't you letting me roll?
Objective. Current. Analyzing. Remembering. Finalizing. To explore these lands. I came across what you would call and he like kind of glitches off to the side before he reorients his face. Deer. They held a bit of interest, but they ran. So I'm here to find more information. You lot, especially you, and he stares down to unknowingly Rick. You are a strange child. Where are your parents? Not again!
Second time.
I fucking love it.
Wait, but above table, did he say deer? Like,
Yup, like the animal deers.
okay,
Look,
that's a sign for deer.
Rick just shakes his head. I'm not answering this again. And he kind of like turns off and walks off a bit.
Halfling.
Rick.
Halfling. Is this a
Not a child.
halfling? Oh! Initializing. Creating entry in database. Halfling. Consistent of small. And you see his head tilts. Adults? Children? More information needed. Hmm?
Awen, I sent you a message. Let me bring this up really quick because you guys are all looking at Godric's
It's got the
son.
eye.
Godric, do you actually want to describe to them what your son looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just get rid of this map. You get out of there. Pull you up.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. You better, JK. Alright,
I'm not
shard.
doing it.
Hey,
Uh,
right now.
The crystal is like this iridescent black stone flecked with what looks like tiny stars, and they shift, forming different constellations, and it seems just fluid in motion on top of the stone. It's glassy, and seeing you guys probably are sort of holding an interest to it, he would look at it and then look out. Would you prefer to analyze this stone? I will have to preface, if stolen, I have grown attached, and I will have to engage in combat protocols. Would you like to examine?
Anyone?
Sure. Awen, like, very timidly approaches and will take it from her hand and look it over.
The last detail once you grab it is it feels impossibly bent for a stone this small.
Godry, you said. That's
Yes.
your name?
My current designation, yes. Otherwise, would be classified as name.
I'm Awen. Ugh. Just dig out whatever piece of paper is most accessible with all the symbols on it.
And Rick does have the scrap of cloth from Datura that has them as well.
Oh, yeah, actually, she'll just point to that. Are you familiar with any of these symbols?
And is this the symbol of elder thing?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Go ahead and give me a history check, Audrey.
This one, if you roll well enough, or by well I mean bad, it comes with spicy.
Oh,
Mm.
great.
I actually have a question too.
Yes.
When it's okay to ask.
Okay.
Can I do guidance with it?
Yeah.
Sweet.
What's your
Bitch got
question? Rick,
guidance?
While he's
How does he
rolling.
have guidance?
What are you?
Don't you worry about it.
Awen, you can't just ask somebody that.
That was almost now.
Okay.
16.
16. Okay. After your arrival, as your system was rebooting and you were coming back into your state of consciousness, and there were blurs and little glimpses. Some of them were backed up data files from your time before arriving here, your time on the ship, the bits of falling through time and space, your protocols, your objectives, your trainings, and kind of spliced into those fragmented bits of visions. You did see each of these symbols. You do not have any direct memories or saved data files of what they are or how they would have gotten into your processing unit, but you have seen them.
These symbols you have shown me have incurred something in my data. While I do not know the current meaning or what they mean as far as translation, I do know they are of some sort of significance, not something average like a firefly, as you all would call it. I do not know. I apologize. I will need to enter more entries in my files. This is something that interests me, and you have caused a jarring in my circuits. I will need to analyze this.
And then I'm sending you a message as well, Godry.
Awen, you jarred his circuits, haha. You're welcome.
Giggity.
Uh, and oh, I copy and pasted. Hold on, let me edit that message for you, Godry.
Awen will look back to the rest of her team. And do you have any knowledge or experience with cults or groups that are based on the elements?
I would have to.
How did you come across this? And she'll return it back to him.
And
Thank you.
just real quick, because I don't want to get too far and forget, Rick, what was your question, hun?
I was wondering if I could see anything on the shards, like any way to like connect them, like maybe they're like building blocks onto each other to like form a bigger
You force two to,
thing.
if you force two together, do they become bionicle discs?
You could definitely ask the group to see all of the shards and see if there's a way to piece them together, if there's any kind of interaction.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that later.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead, Godry. I don't mean to cut off. I just didn't want to forget to come back.
While I do not have any alliance or relevant sort of interactions with these groups called cults, I do know, I have from observation, thought, oh, a new word. One moment. And you see his light starts flashing a bit of like rainbow, like RGB buffering as he goes, instead of processing, I can now use thought as an adjective or verb. I don't quite catch the difference yet. Apologies. I was going to say, I have thought, haha, of new ways to dispatch these, what you would call cultists. While they are magic casters, they need sight and oral meeting facilities. If you were to dispatch, and you see his mechanical joints do air quotes, dispatch these facilities, their magic casting quantities would be severely, severely degraded. But other than that, of how to dispatch them and how to deal with them in a lethal manner, I do not have any other relevant information. My knowledge here has been very scattered.
You've encountered them before in combat.
You know how to fight magic, right?
Oh no, only in simulation. I have not had the chance, but I do have many protocols I am eagerly awaiting to unleash. I have them categorized by what you would call letters.
Above table, I love him!
I thought you guys would love this character.
Dude, we have been getting our asses handed to us time and time again, and you gave us a robot that knows how to kill cultists. This is everything we needed.
Theoretically.
I love
No,
That
it's
can
not.
theoretically fight magical people.
You gave us the anti-cultinator.
He'll be back.
3,000!
Fight with me if you want to live.
3,000.
Rick, also give yourself a point of
Okay.
inspiration for the question about piecing things together.
Oh, I'm already full, so.
Well, then take one away and get a new one. I'm just kidding. You don't have to.
Take a hypothetical inspiration and feel good
Yes.
about it.
Thank you.
Open a
Take an
notepad.
emotional, let's Bo.
Contagious, how are you holding up as this exchange is taking place?
I'm in the back of the group. just contemplating life.
I forgot to send my favorite gif. Keep going.
Rick, is there anything that you're doing during this exchange besides big brain energy?
No, in his head, he's just thinking, you know, there's 5 symbols, and now there's 5 shards. So he's thinking that maybe they're connected in some way.
Oh, and because I forgot to state this earlier, the Raven is still close by. He had flown off a little bit, probably 20, 30 feet, upon
is Jen!
Godry's arrival.
Confirmed.
But during the exchange and everything, there would occasionally be a soft "oh," calling from Kikyo, and a little scuttle of his butt, or a little fluff of ruffle of his wings or feathers. But definitely keeping a greater distance upon the arrival of this new companion.
Okay.
Ha ha.
So, your objective. You seem prepared
Explore?
to go after these people. Why?
There have been 2 accounts so far behind my travel. This stone, which has seemed to connect me to you all as counterparts. As far as my interest in the cultists, and you see he has a long pause staring down at the ground before he looks around and then back at you all. I don't. A new characterization has been unlocked. I do not like how they frighten birds. If you notice their flight patterns, they are wary and tend to avoid them. I do not like it. I like when they migrate and flock. It is a sight to behold.
Sorry, I'm
Beck,
just
I'm
trying to
gonna-
rein in. I'm reining in my excitement.
Beck, I'm gonna need little chibi Godry a bird, please.
Can I share that
Listen.
gift that I sent you the other day, Godry?
Andy,
so-
what is this? A bird. This is a bird.
Fucking cute.
Charles would die.
So fucking cute.
Oh my god. A.
He's still in his battle form. That's totally above table. Or are we confirmed friendly and he's chilled?
That was definitely a slip of an image. I wouldn't say
It's
he's
just kinda
in
like-
combat form.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought with the conversation that, like, being at the ready that he was in that, so I apologize.
No, it's okay.
You just got a little
I
glimpse.
didn't see that. Did you see that?
Yeah, nothing to see
see
here.
what?
Exactly.
Just the wind.
Not the wind.
So damn breezy out here.
It ain't easy being breezy.
Ayy. Beautiful cover girl.
If I
Um,
may,
I'm not sure how to process this.
if I may
I
have,
don't think many of us are.
What was that?
if I may have a moment during this exchange of information, may I get all of your, almost did it again. Not designations, but names.
As I said, I'm Awen.
Jacobs.
Continue.
I'm
No,
sorry.
because in my Discord screen, it was going in order, and it went me, J Coast, Rick, and I looked to the next screen as if expecting Craig to say Craig.
Craig.
Fuck you, Craig.
No,
Still
fuck
recording.
Craig.
Still recording.
Craig.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My auditory sensors did not pick that up. What is your name?
Contagious.
Contagious. Is that your name?
We're like 10 for 10 on that one.
It's contagious.
Contagious. Contagious. Rick. Awen. Jacobs. I will have these names memorized. If I slip, forgive me, but I will make sure to have them as for our next foreseen travels for, I would say, about a few miles. I will have you memorized.
You see the birds fly off.
Yes.
The big ones that kind of look like horses.
Yes.
It'll take us an hour to get there, but
Headed.
we know we're being followed.
I know.
Do we follow them or do we go see if these people are dead? Either way, going back to town does not seem like an option right now.
That's what I was thinking. I don't want to put people in more danger at this point. Gaudry, you should know if I know we just said the next few miles, but these cult people that we mentioned, it might not be the safest option to travel with us.
Oh, I see. Well, I would not worry on that front. While I do not have all what I would be deemed as memories, I do know a base sort of routine of functions and can definitely tell if it came to me or the cultists, they would lose. So I would like to aid all of us, and I could see more birds. And what were the ones shaped as horses?
Hippogriffs, is that right?
Okay, that sounds weird.
Hippogriffs. I have not seen many aquatic mammals besides fish. I would like to see an aquatic mammal. So I will have my eyes open while we travel. I would like to go with you all, despite danger. And if need would come to arise, I would save my. No, I would sacrifice my hide for your skin. All of your skin. Well, not all of your skin, but some of your skin.
I like this guy. I got a question for you.
Yes, and forgive me, Rick, for my transgression earlier. I have come to learn of races very limited. They see me and run. I do not understand why.
I wonder.
That's okay. I'm used to it. Can I? And he kind of like does like does this in like a mocking way. Can I ride on your shoulders?
Rick!
Do you speak primordial?
I do.
You look. Oh! So, you'll hear this as he looks
Whoa.
over.
Yes, I do. Wait, what?
We got Primordial King.
Gang gang.
For those that could understand Primordial, he looks down for a moment and goes, "Actually, can I roll an insight check?"
Absolutely. To see if you can
Okay,
pick up
so-
his sass.
Yeah. Let's see.
Absolutely.
Alright, so one on guidance. Where's insight? Come here, you. We'll roll with the 19.
Okay. Um.
New something discovered. Sarcasm.
Yes. So something to keep in mind, moving forward with insight rolls and everything like that, when it comes to like inciting people we've just met and everything, we don't have a basis for how it is that they normally carry themselves and their tics and nuances and all of that stuff. But in the limited time that you have spent with this group, and the small amount
How's
of
20
talking,
minutes or so.
yeah, and the small amount of interaction with Rick, either directly or otherwise, you're not entirely sure, but your processing unit was quick to pick up on the switch in the inflections and cadence of his speech when he right on your shoulders did not align with his normal speech patterns. Definitely off, and definitely a facetious little sassy pants.
In Primordial, you both would hear, or anyone for Primordial would hear Gaji go, "I hope that this is just a matter of spasm, or you suffer from a condition. If not, and this is a slight against our newfound relations, I would be sad to pry this small head from your very small clavicle." And you just hear, like a
He's gonna look
trilling-
over at Contagious.
Contagious ain't doing well right now, guys.
No.
Just looking. Even just heard a language she doesn't speak. Sees that reaction is like. Is just looking back and forth.
What
in common.
what were you gonna say that the primordial sounded like? I'm very curious.
It would sound like at first like some trilling and beeps. It would sound as trilling and beeps, but then there would be some parts that like the audio would high pitch into a screech and then come back down into trilling.
Fuck
Oh my
yeah.
god, you're gonna alert them of our location.
It's the fucking modem powering up.
Oh my god.
That needs to be a sound board.
Rick will kind of just look around like, so what was your answer?
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. It seems my answer was slipped into the wrong language module. I seem to find myself flustered. Forgive me for a moment. Okay. I did not know you spoke in binary code. This is quite interesting. As for you riding my what would be organic shoulders, you may, although my steam vents may make for a bumpy ride.
Contagious, give me a
Breathe,
con save
Ryan.
real quick.
Oh no. I don't wanna.
Fire robot?
In the back of your mind, you hear Frank's voice. I'll take you on a bumpy ride.
God damn it! No!
Can't escape.
Get out of
him.
my head, Rick! Fucking Frank! God damn it!
I love that Rick is synonymous with the horny demon.
Rick will kind of like on his tippy toes go up to like give him a fist pump.
It looks
Just
like
looks
the
at you
small
like
man is trying to accost you.
I'll say thank you.
He'll look and then he'll turn into a fist.
Gentle.
Punch him.
Gentle.
Are you attempting to strike me, yet I am out of your range? Or is this a custom where we strike each other? I can oblige.
Please, please, please.
Hold on.
It is a term
Nobody
of
get to it.
endearment.
Stop it.
In my
Term of
mind, it
endearment.
just panned to the next scene, and Rick is like walking like salty as fuck with a black eye.
Gaji would 100% look down, and he'll sort of analyzing you. Pressure must be lowered to 0.1110%. So it's like this real slow screech until you feel his metal touch.
You just
I'll
called
go,
you squishy.
Punch
La,
that
la,
child.
la, la.
No,
Yes, that.
my brain went immediately to the fucking gear shift joke from Trolls.
Oh, yes, with the cloud guy.
And then Rick will kind of say under his breath, so only he can hear. He'll say, "Oh man, I know this guy. We're gonna be best friends now."
So how do you go about writing your new friend?
Can
Giggity?
you lift me up?
I can oblige. Watch for the steam vents, and he fully one hand picks you up by the, like sort of cuff of your shirt and just over
You wet cats
on
him
his head.
God.
Rick is
by the scruff. Oh my god.
Rick is just like the canonic like white old man that's like trying to like not meaning to be like disrespectful but like trying to talk to somebody of a different ethnicity, you know, like while he's out and about. Like we're different
That's what I
colors,
was
so
going
that's
for.
that's exactly what you are right
It's
now.
like when you go to the south. It's like when you go to
Do
the
you
south.
understand?
Homo
No, it's like when you
estás.
go to the south and like you get an automatic southern accent just because that's how they talk. So you just talk like that.
I love it.
No, that's ADHD mimicry.
No, that was actually a problem when I went.
Same.
The echolalia.
Yeah. I love
I
May
had
I
a
make a
coworker-
request?
My
it. Yes.
Muy bien.
Can we do break now?
Absolutely.
I
yeah.
gotta take care of something real quick, so I figure this is a good time to do it.
You need to change your pants. I understand.
Yeah,
we'll,
dude, Just sitting in it, man. Just oh.
and I'm still wearing my pee pants. Yeah, we'll take our 10 and come back. This is so much
Muchos
fun.
gracias.
Hey, no, Gus.
Muchos
At
gracias,
my old job, my
senor.
one coworker was Irish, and I mean born and raised Irish. Do you understand how difficult that was for me?
Dude, that is one of the languages.
She was my mentor.
I struggle with the most. You know, like he plays just like probably one of the coolest characters in the game, to be that honest. But
Okay, now that everybody is
Okay,
back,
I gotta get it.
my apologies. And
You've
what I'll
reached
start.
your limit on talking. Shut the fuck up.
Yes. And what I'll start doing is having you guys either like say in voice or post in channel when you guys are back, because otherwise I assume we're still waiting on people. So I do apologize.
I have the toxic habit of I wait for cameras to get turned on.
I do that,
That
too
was,
a lot.
but I'm like, not everyone's turning them back on, and that's fine.
Okay. So as you guys are having this conversation, I believe when we left off, you were discussing the plan for how to proceed from here.
Actually, I think Rick was being burnt by exhaust pipes.
Yes.
Right on the thighs.
Toasty buns.
Speaking
you all-
of,
and you
when
all
that
noticed-
happens,
Oh, go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you all noticed that I don't really. It doesn't really hurt me as much as you all would think.
Would you
Fucking
say he
Firestone, mother-
kind of
You
enjoys it?
lucky motherfucker.
Kind of enjoys it. It's kind of like when you get into a car, you know, if you have like a car seater, like a car heat, like a seat heater, like that's really all it is.
I love
Other
that.
seats that the sun has been on.
If you allow that.
Yeah. I would, absolutely.
If you
Your
know,
butt's
if you
just
catch-
at that
if you
level of
catch
getting
what
too
I'm-
warm.
I'm picking up
Right.
what you're putting down.
So as Rick is doing this, I'm gonna look to our new friend here and be like, could you just babysit our short friend here for a moment? We need to have just a private conversation somewhere over there, if you
Are
don't
we not
mind.
gonna include
The
Rick?
adults need to talk.
And
Rick
just
just
walk
looks-
up. Rick can include himself if Rick wants to.
Happens before he jumps on the shoulders.
Rick has made
Rick kinda-
mention before about feeling excluded, and the Contagious goes out of his way.
This is what I'm talking about. See,
No, Awen will say
I'm
something like,
definitely
"Hold
killing
on,
off Rick soon.
no!"
Yeah, we're bringing in.
You
a
do
new
that, you break
character
Awen's
in-
heart.
in a
You know
couple-
that, right?
That's fine.
You do that, you break Aowen.
You break Awen.
It's okay if Rick doesn't, the DM will.
Yeah.
Freak you awake
Um,
with God's hands on your neck.
Even so, Awen would make sure to. Hold on, if we're having a conversation, we should include Rick.
We're gonna talk about the shiny metal one.
No, that's fine, guys. You go off ahead. I have a new toy here.
Audrey, would you mind putting him down for just a moment?
Immediately, he starts to vibrate, and then he grabs you, Rick, and instead of placing you down, sort of chucks you a little bit downward by your scruff, as he'll look to the others. I can understand that there seems to be a conversation need to be had about my presence. I do not mind. However, and he looks down at Rick, I will not be referred to as a toy. And then he'll look back up. I will do a perimeter check and scan for heat signatures. I will let you all know if anything is detected. And he'll calmly turn around and just sort of walk out like 15-foot like pace, and then just start walking around this big area.
Said.
That's what we need to fucking talk about. And it starts like gathering everybody in.
What? The fact that
Are
my
we actually trusting this fucking
fucking
thing?
fairy tale exists right in front of me.
What do you mean?
Guys,
I thought
grow
fairies
some
had wings.
balls.
Fuck you, Rick.
I
See, I
wasn't
could say
ready.
that guy would, but I can't.
Everyone, calm down.
That's what the mage hand is for.
What,
This
Awen?
thing.
Go on.
We're finally getting somewhere, guys. Let's just take him
Killed?
and go.
Is this somewhere we're getting killed? He's
Hold up.
threatened you 3 times.
Contagious, please take a deep breath. Dracos, you seem to have some kind of knowledge. At least you mentioned a fairy tale.
Fairies have wings. That thing doesn't have wings.
Not that you've seen.
Fairies also have tails. Da.
Ah.
Bring up. I was told that those things, constructs, some of the bigger cities have automatons, but not that advanced. And these stories is that they existed outside of this rock we exist on. They exist above it, separated from it.
Like in the
Like a
sky?
different
Supposed to be
plane.
real.
Are we talking about a different plane? Or are you talking about
No,
a-
this plane.
or they live on the moon?
Outside.
What are you trying to
I
say
don't
here?
know.
I'm gonna
Go
ask
ahead.
for stealth
you
checks as you guys try to have this conversation quiet enough that it's not heard. Andy, I'm sorry, Contagious, go ahead and hit advantage so it negates your disadvantage of your armor.
Oh yeah, I've disadvantage on stealth. Have fun with that. We're doing great, guys.
What are we doing?
Rolling stealth so that to try and keep your conversation quiet enough that it's not heard
Oh
I-
no,
who?
we're
by Godry, as you guys are talking about
I
it.
don't.
You can
I
hear
want him
everything.
to hear it. I want him to hear this.
Guys, we're
You
doing
can hear everything.
great.
no
And
this
wait,
plane.
are you sure you're not confusing the word
Above it.
advanced with broken? That thing has threatened us 3 times. Doesn't exactly quite seem to be all there.
He
Okay,
only
so
threatens
any of us
because of me.
Guys,
Which, to be fair, Rick,
Yeah, to
you
be fair,
have that
everybody wants to
effect
punch
on
Rick.
people.
And
it's also, or they've also offered to help us if there's anything we could use. I mean, we don't have to like immediately accept them.
I have a
We could
built-in
use-
horse.
I thought the ox
Contagious
was a
just
horse.
shoots the dirtiest look at Rick during this conversation.
He says that Jacobs is gonna look over to like, does Godry just, and then go back to looking.
You just see their lens zoom back out.
I would say at this one point,
Fucking red dot appears on Rick's forehead.
yeah, you and God, he's not even like peeking. His head's doing the full 180 thing again, and then you catch him, and he goes, and then he just takes control.
What other choice do we have?
Do we move forward? I mean, he's here now.
If he wanted to kill us, he would have already done
He
that.
definitely would.
He would have squished us all. He would have stepped on me. He would have picked you guys up, clinked you together.
Not
You know,
to
it's easier to
mention
kill
he's-
people if you lure them into a false sense of security and let them sleep in front of you, right? Are you telling me you think that thing sleeps?
Pretty sure he's gonna last 3 days.
I think that's
Not based on our
beneficial if
track
he
record,
doesn't
no!
Guys,
Take a chance.
Take a chance, Mom.
we give him a trial run. You don't have to immediately embrace him into the group, but Actually,
I-
has my necklace responded to like any of this, like especially when she held the stone, or like, what's Eowyn's intuition telling her?
Beautiful. Let me finish sending this player message behind the scenes, and then I will come right back to you.
Okay. This might change depending on what I roll, but we all just got the message that we're not here by chance.
Nor by choice. And he'll shake the fucking water stone.
So, I know I'm still learning to take messages from other sources, but even
Other
if it is
sources,
some...
You mean the 4? 5?
Stop it!
No, this is in person.
Wait, what did
Or
I
in
miss?
character. He's just like, you mean the 5, right? Bringing up the dream.
Yeah, and Eowyn looks like she just got caught. What? No. No.
During our little thing, there were five different things talking to you. Admittedly, I wasn't in a great place, but there were 5, right?
None of us saw each other's things, by the way.
Correct, yeah.
Right?
You saw the
We-
shared parts, and then you saw each other being pulled
you wouldn't
back.
have seen her section of it.
But if you want to say that you guys discussed that during the downtime, you can.
I was under the assumption that we could see bits. Like, saw Rick got engulfed in flames, Contagious being thrown around like a rag doll.
So you would have seen, like, when you guys were all together.
Or did we just see each other get
pulled
yoinked
back?
off?
You would have seen them being pulled back. You would have seen, like, Rick was being pulled back, and there was a fire behind him with Eowyn. There's just a clusterfuck of chaos, obviously splashing water behind Jacos, and then clouds and wind behind Contagious, and then shadows and smoke behind Jen. But beyond that, you would have not have seen the personal snippets of the dreams.
Okay, then I retract my previous statements, because that was not corrected in Campfire.
My apologies.
No, you don't participate in Campfire?
I try to keep up and read it, but like I said, the last couple of weeks have been rough.
Anyways.
You're still trying to take messages.
Oh my god.
So, Eowyn, there's going to be a couple of things going on here. First and foremost, I need a religion check from you, please.
Oh my god. My heart is... Okay, religion check.
I love it. Let's see what you got here.
I can't
17.
see. Nice.
So,
Hopefully that's a good thing. Sometimes the good rolls mean bad stuff.
do you remember that deal with the devil that you made back in December?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I am cashing that in here.
Okay.
What you see as and this is going to go back to when you guys were atop the hill prior to meeting Godra. You saw the hippogriffs come down all the way up until now.
Okay.
There has been what would be the first time you have seen this from your vial. That steady pulse that lets you know it was there even when there was no illumination remains initially. But as the hooded figures take their place in the circle and summon the cyclone, essentially the moving gust of air that took flight and then dispersed into the windy sky above, followed shortly by the arrival and then the departure of the hippogriffs. That pulsing became erratic and then slowed and then stopped and then started to pulse in tandem with your heartbeat. And as that tension and fear and uncertainty in you rose, so did the rapidness of this pulsing. There was not one color or a flashing of alternating colors like you've seen in previous situations. This had all of the colors you had seen simultaneously fighting to take ownership of your vial, fighting to take hold and make its presence and message known before falling dull and still.
Do I... Oh, was it doing that, like the duration, like, up until now, or was it, like...
It was doing that, but I think you would have noticed it, like seeing that it was flashing while all of this is going on. It's kind of distracting to have this new being in your presence, and then the conflict and disagreement within the group. But as you take a moment to actually stop and look, you realize that it's not one flashing color like it normally is. It's the cacophony.
We... are looking at what our next steps are. We are at that point in our whatever journey this becomes. We are looking at the next leg of it. And we've barely made it out this far. It looks like we found an ally. We keep our guard up just like we would anyone else, but I don't see what are the choices. I don't see how we get out of this alive.
I shouldn't be smiling at that, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
More of the, I'm
Again,
pleased of cashing
Smiling at her
in.
death.
No, I'm just pleased cashing in the nat one and seeing everybody else be excited and then just watching the wheels turning for Pink.
Truly, what do we have to lose?
Exactly my point.
Fine. But Rick, you cannot instigate the thing.
I mean, we have a cool handshake now, so we're friends.
Yeah, we're bros.
And he'll
You
just
need to stop
like
being yourself. That was a thing of the past, Contagious. I've gotten over it, so can you.
I like spicy Rick.
Fine. What are we doing now?
at the volume we're like shout whispering at. He'll go, Godry, we're done.
He's sort of crouched over like some mud, and he'll come walking over. You'll see a little hippogriff feather poking out from the neck of his scarf as he'll look. I
He's got a scarf.
cannot attempt to
Oh,
hide. I did
Feather
hear
in
every
his
word.
hat and called him macaroni.
I did hear every word. While some were more kind, I understood where the others came from out of caution. And I can also agree. It would be too easy if I had volatile programming to crush all of your skulls while you slept. So I understand there must be precautions on our travels.
You were
That's not helping.
watching us sleep?
Oh, no.
Not
Sorry. I understand that it could be a cautionary tale, so to speak. Thus, on our travels, 1. I am okay with traveling 20 feet in front of the party. Understandable, so this way all eyes can be on me. And upon resting, I do not mind if you were to tie me to a tree or rock. You would tell if I had untied the rope, as I would not be able to mimic your same knot. Therefore, you would lose trust in me if I did so. As well as, and he'll turn to Contagious, I understand we may have gotten off of the wrong foot. And his sort of abdomen will open up, and then he'll reach in and take out some clothes, and it'll whir shut. And these look like, for him, it definitely looks like nothing he probably would have came with. Looks like probably some traveling, like maybe peasant, villager clothes. Definitely for larger builds, as he'll look up and he'll extend them out. I do apologize, as the word would be, and I do have some new clothings, and I could offer to wash your other clothes. However, it will not be perfect. I've only observed it in practice. I
Uh,
do apologize.
Roll a D100 for me, please, Godry.
Does my man have a miniature washing machine in his pelvis?
Not the pelvis.
Ideally, you would like the number to be above
Lower
a 50.
abdominal cavity.
There we go.
These
You
are
lower
women's
the bra-
pants.
These are what?
Women's pants. But they would
Nice.
work. They absolutely would work. Poor Andy, I'm kind of sorry.
I'll just snatch them. Thanks.
He's usually much kinder.
And Contagious, you will notice that the pockets are much more shallow in these pants.
Yeah, and the front pockets are actually not even pockets. They're just sewed flaps.
Mm-hmm.
They're just stitched that way.
And the stitching on the inside is a little bit more scratchy.
Yes.
Those will look better on him anyways.
But your butt looks fantastic.
What's new?
Oh, alright, so we're heading to the tower?
What's the plan?
Can't go back to town. We'll either be killed or get someone killed.
Do we go to the tower or do we wait for them to come back?
I'm most scared of us being spotted if we do go towards the tower.
If I may weigh in from an analysis standpoint, it is unlikely they will venture back here, as it seemed to be what you would call a group up rendezvous point. And while there is the chance we could be spotted approaching your next coordinates, seeing as they took these massive creatures to make the travel shorter, there is a chance they may have preparations that they may need to get a hold of. Patching this knowledge together with what I've known of cultists, it may be a chance we may not be noticed. But if things are as you say back in town, casualties will definitely be more than 0.
I say tower. It'll take us an hour and a half to get there. Around 2, we have the rest of the night to walk.
And what do we do when we get there?
Wait till they leave. Snoop around.
Ah, yes, my strong suit.
Would
I
you?
said
Oh,
snoop, not sneak. We all know you
Snooping
can't do that.
implies sneaking.
I agree.
would you all prefer a non-confrontational approach?
Don't think that's an option.
I can provide two possible options. One, we could pass me off as a based artifact. If these are cultists, they are at base mages. They would be interested in something of my caliber, especially concerning my unknown origin. Alternatively, I could, what's the phrase, bust down the door in conquest mode.
Bust
like
it
that.
down.
Actual style. I'm sorry.
Uh, Option one is a no-go. They already know our faces.
They know your faces. I do not have a face.
But
And
who
I
would
get-
present you to as an artifact?
Me. I
John-
have their feather.
John C.
I have a feather. Is that what you said?
I have one of their feathers. And I do have tracking capabilities.
I mean, wouldn't that be detrimental to you? I can't imagine they would. Well, we don't know what they
Okay,
would
in the
do
very
with
least,
you.
let's start walking.
Stealthily.
Out of this area, this lit area that they may or may not come back to.
Stealth checks.
I will
Off to the
walk.
side, around the hill.
And if you want to give yourself guidance for this, you absolutely can. You can either give it to yourself or you can give it to someone else.
Aegis. You know the drill.
And don't fuck it up.
Well, now it's Karen.
What?
Did I miss
the
something?
shit?
Where are we rolling?
Stealth for
Stealth.
in case
Oh.
they come back.
I'm inspoing that because what the fuck?
Good call. Rick, are you walking or are you being chauffeured?
Oh, that
Much better.
I mean, I'd like to
Ooh,
be
nope.
chauffeured if he'll put me back on his shoulders.
Well, I
I
do
did it,
not
guys.
feel.
Andy!
Oh God.
You can use
Nice.
an inspo if you want to negate that 3 and take the 12. There it is.
You mean the 11?
Yeah, that. And I think Awen
Yeah.
gave you guidance as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got
13.
21.
I'll say to Godry, I'll say jokes aside. Just like as I'll say for the rest of them, I'm never gonna give you up, and I'm never gonna let you down.
I see. While it would be impossible for you to let me down, as my height would crush you, I do appreciate the sentiment. Now, are you sure you would like to travel with me? I would be ahead of the others. And I must say, while I am not yet back at the level to let you on my shoulders, I can carry you.
Waddle that bitch.
Yes, please.
Rick, has anybody told you you form attachments too quickly?
Point of inspiration.
I was gonna say something about mommy/daddy issues, but I don't know how true it is.
Neither does Rick!
That's fucked up.
Contagious. Your heart's been aching, and you're just too shy to say it.
I think we all know what's been going on.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Even I would have to constitute that as damn. You pick up Rick.
I'm walking to the
Oh my
back of the
God.
room.
Above
Oh
the
my
table,
God.
Godry. The last character that we had that had to leave the table, Datura, she bought a harness for Rick. Not sexually, but to keep her intention with it was to be like a kitty leash, essentially.
Oh my god.
And at this
Waiter.
point, I'm just waiting for someone to make a baby Bjorn for you to carry him around.
I'm killing this guy off. I'm so sick of this.
No. Oh.
As they're walking towards the tower, Jacobs is gonna try and keep up with Gaudry, and just like trying to be nonchalant absolutely is not about it. So, growing up, right? And just spit out questions.
What season do we have?
Like my mom used to tell me stories that you're constructs like you used to lives in ships that never touched the ground, that were above the sky. Do you have any knowledge of that?
From the rough images I can recollect, it is true. In somewhere you all would call a bog or marshland, I had a rough landing from my drop pod. If we were to come across the same origin of impact, I could show you all my original drop pod. But I do not like it there. Your mud is hard to clean.
He's gonna go like, yes, and just keep firing more questions.
I fucking love this level
This
of
is
excitement.
this is a child meeting Superman.
I fucking love it.
I mean, Gaudry will definitely, he won't withhold. He'll snap as soon as the questions come back.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what the campfire this week is gonna be. And it's gonna be Jacob.
So
What about this?
good.
What about this? What about this?
Yes.
But yeah, we're walking towards the tower.
Okay.
On the road again.
Give me just a second. I had to pee real quick, and then I'm gonna give you guys
Oh, piss girl.
set the scene a little bit. Oh, piss girl. I don't like that. That's gross.
Says it emphatically, immediately regrets it.
Immediate regret. It wasn't even completely out of my mouth before the regret kicked in. Watch your tail, buddy.
I am
know.
also making a list of noises of sound effects we have to add.
Okay. I wasn't sure where that was going, but
I have Truck Coon for Andy.
Yay!
The modem powering up
yes.
for Gaudry.
Hi!
Giggity.
Oh, right. Self-explanatory.
Stay Alive from Hamilton, because that's popped into my head at least 8 times.
Oh my god, yes.
And then the oh my god.
I will see what I can do. You guys should have access to add sounds to it as well.
Yeah.
It might be full, so we can remove some. Not a problem at all.
It's just finding those specific ones.
We can do it. So what we will do here, as we're getting close to the cutoff time, I know people have work in the morning, is we will set the scene and then get ready to wrap the session for the evening. As you guys leave the site of the Hippogriff encounter, you head north into the western reaches. Not, did I say north? Don't listen to me. You head west into the western reaches of the Sember Hills. A wild and desolate expanse where civilization had long ago withered beneath the weight of time and elemental strife. The wind carries a dry, whispering hiss that threads through the pale grass and jagged stones, almost like a warning spoken too low to understand. The hills around you are vast, rolling, and untamed. Each rise and dip like the bones of a long dead god strewn beneath a wide, dark, merciless sky. Continuing to travel, and I'm an idiot. My dog ate my little compass that I had on my screen. I am directionally challenged. It's east, not west. You're coming from the west. I apologize. As you guys continue to travel east, you see that the grass gives way to bare rock. The winds intensify just at the cusp of howling through the dipping hills and valleys. Small whirlwinds kind of stir up gravel and dust, stinging your eyes and kind of obscuring your long, distant view. Eventually, after quite some time, lots of questions and hushed conversation, you catch sight of your destination. It stands like a spear point on the edge of a rocky plateau overlooking a yawning chasm. Above the table, this is known as the Sighing Valley. Your characters do not know that. This tower is tall and white, crafted of smooth, pale stone, almost as though it had been carved from a single enormous fang. Graceful and narrow. This is clearly the work of recent construction, not an ancient ruin, but the style and architecture evokes something older, something noble. The windows kind of glitter like eyes of a hawk watching from above. You see that from within the windows, dancing lights of torches or lamps or fires within that cast an eerie glow out into the world around. There are strange sounds being carried by the wind. Echoes of wings, distant screeches, and an eerie hum that kind of catches in the deep crevices of the earth around you. There is a narrow path that leads towards the base of the tower, barely wide enough for you guys to walk 2 by 2. The tower now in sight. Are you guys going to approach, or what is the plan before I delve a little deeper into this? It does not.
I would assume we want to scout it out.
Yeah.
Hello?
Okay.
Or at
Then-
least have some kind of conversation before we got any closer.
Okay.
Can I see?
Fucking Discord.
Is there like a corral, a nest somewhere that they parked their whatever?
From this
Their
far
rides.
out, so I'd say you guys are at least 100 yards out, maybe a little bit further, depending on how close you're wanting to go. There are thickets of foliage and trees on either side of the path, should you want to go in there and hide out. But from this far out, you don't see anything that looks to be as stable. But you do hear the sounds of flapping wings and cawing.
is this? You said it was valley. Like, what kind of shape does it have? Does it have, like, just your typical, like, two ridges into the drainage plane and then heads out where it meets the river?
Essentially.
Okay. So we wouldn't be able to get, like, on an entire 360.
No.
We could do, like, 180 at best.
Yeah. Yeah. At
Okay.
least as far as doing so and successfully having a better chance of successfully being unseen.
Yeah, I would like to suggest to get that possible, like 180, just to see all sides that we can, and see if the ridges go past the tower, if we can see behind the tower to the other side. Like, is there space between the tower and the river,
Okay.
or is it like butted up right against it?
Okay. So I'm making notes of this because I don't want to go too far into it right now and then leave off with more questions than we
Yeah.
have right now, if you're okay with that.
Yeah, I wanna get that, and then my most likely next step would be to hunker down, wait for sunrise,
Okay.
see how many people leave.
Okay.
Yeah,
Or
I agree. If
actually
we
in
can
and out.
find a way to like watch it, study it, get information, that probably is the best.
Okay.
Yeah, like activity, group size, do the lights in the tower like focus at one point?
Okay.
One thing I want to say before we're done tonight, either when we went to leave or sometime during the journey, on the note of like what the plan is, Cretaceous will speak up and be like, "Look, I'm all for safety and doing this right, being cautious. We don't need to be idiots, but personally, I am down to kill some cultists. More dead cultists is a good thing. So if we have that opportunity, I want to take it. But I'm not going to be reckless about it."
Kill them
There's
in
the
a way
fire.
that does not kill us, so we do not walk into another golem. Yes.
No, take it smart, scout it out, get information. But if we
Talk
have an
to
opportunity,
each other, and he'll look at Contagious and Rick.
And what were you saying, Rick?
I was just gonna say there's the fire I was looking for.
Yeah. Okay.
I-
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna. God, you were saying contagious. On a personal scale for you or the others, on a scale of 1 to 10 of limitations, is there a number you would like to be seen? I would hate for my conquest mode to infer any more unsettling emotions during our further travels.
wait, I don't think I understood. Say it one more time.
Simplifying, would you like me
God
to
damn it.
would you like me to hold back when we enter and I am in conquest mode?
Based on the sounds of it, no conquest until we're fighting, and then conquest your little heart out, buddy.
Your
Understood.
little processor out.
Unlocking gore protocols, blinding protocols, dismemberment. I
I
would
just should have
consider
looked at Keiko. Like,
He's a fucking kid at Christmas. Like there is a light in his eyes that is the complete opposite of what you guys saw this morning.
I fucking love it. Okay, so I have that we want to get as much of a view around the spire to get as much information as possible, staying hidden until sunrise, watching activities, group sizes, potentially kill some cultists, not ourselves. Anything else that I missed?
Sneak a rest in there if we can.
maybe a short rest.
I mean, if we go till sunrise, that's exhaustion, right?
Potentially, yeah, you guys would have to do a con save.
And a lot of us are not good at that. So,
Yeah, but I
and
will
we only
say
get so many inspo.
there's
Certainly
a
don't
chance
want
we
disadvantage on stealth.
there's a ah
Are you okay?
Cat.
Can't believe.
Oh, but hi.
I can't
Well,
believe you've done this.
there's a chance if we attempt a long rest that we are going to get interrupted. Whether it's they interrupt us or the opportunity shows itself and it's either finish the rest or not, or take the opportunity.
Yeah.
But we can
Some
attempt it.
is, yeah, some is better than nothing.
Above table, does Godry need 4 or 8 hours?
Let me. I think I have an answer, but let me check before I say anything. Abilities.
Logistical purposes that Jay will not know.
Above table, he doesn't need to sleep.
So
That's
it
what I
would, it
thought.
would be the, yeah, but for the resting, it would be the equivalence of a trance. For
Okay,
mechanically.
4 minimum.
Since he's rest,
Needs to go in stasis.
yeah, my body will basically like look like it's shut down, but I'm fully alert and I can see and hear as normal.
Excellent.
I can be posed as a mannequin.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 hours in inactivity, in inactive, motionless state. That sucks. So it's technically not sleeping, but it's
Yeah. It's the,
Long resting.
yeah. It's essentially like the equivalency of a trance or something like that. Okay. Then I think
Goodbye, dear streamers.
this is
Oh, yeah.
real quick. If we are going to attempt a long rest, are we all resting? What is the plan for that?
I think if we are, we should still set up like watches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because the bare minimums, we got 2 people that can cover 8 hours. Depending on who would actually like be willing to try and rest in this situation.
And if you guys would trust Godry to take a watch while you all slept. Crushing mode commenced.
New protocol. Orange squeeze.
So what is our watch order?
I know one of them for majority of the 6 could be Gaudry.
Yeah, I was thinking Jay only needs 4. Jay is a trans. So for bare minimum watch, Jay and Gaudry, whichever. We can decide that in campfire, but very bare minimum watch.
Okay.
And if the other people want to wake up for 2 hours while Gaudry is on watch, just to try and get there, 6 in, and have a little bit more security.
Volunteer for first watch,
Okay.
along with whoever it's going to be.
Okay.
It's raining
I
again.
love the rain.
Yeah, it just finished raining here.
I love the rain.
I can't explain to you guys how excited I was that it was hailing.
I love that weather. What we will do here then, and we can fine tune the details of who's watching together, how many watches, all that good stuff, and figure that out in the campfire kiki. But we'll go ahead and wrap the session here. I see that a lot of us are getting ready to fade. So I'm going to end my stream. For those of you that were watching and hanging out or watch the replay, thank you guys so much. This group will be back next Saturday at 9:30 Eastern. and we'll see what kind of shenanigans they get into. Bye.